From the High School of Recording Arts in St. Paul, we present the home opener for the Minnesota Lakers in the Midwest Basketball League. Today they host the Rochester Roadrunners, both teams at 0-2. One of them will get the first win of the year. Hello everyone, I'm Mike Peden, joined by the ambassador, Don Ackerman. Don, we're going to bring you all the home games this year for the Minnesota Lakers. It's an exciting partnership, and we'd like to welcome all of you watching online and on TV at SPNN. Don, what is it going to take to get one of these teams into the win column?
Well, you told me that there's a lot of scoring in this league, so we're going to see a lot of that. So really, to some degree, it'll be outscoring your opponent. Getting to 100 points will not guarantee you a win. So in a way, it's almost like the new NBA, where you got to score a lot more than that. So maybe we'll see 120 points for the winner, maybe not. But it'll be exciting to see these guys go up and down the court and to see the Lakers play their first game as the Lakers at home.
And that will be a key benchmark to monitor in this game. Rochester 0-2. They have not broken the century mark yet. Their two losses, 112-99 to the Broncos and a 118-91 loss to the Cedar Valley Court Kings. But every game presents a new opportunity.
Absolutely. They've had a couple weeks to gel. Now, one thing I've heard about Rochester is that they're still getting their team together, learning each other. So by game 3, we might see some of that chemistry, and that chemistry might turn into some points.
Minnesota, they do have some chemistry on their side. They're bringing back folks like Rochester Rogers, Dominic Dawson, Lee Moore. They had a close loss to TC Elite in their season opener and then lost 121-107 to the Chicago Fury. So Rochester presents the Lakers with a good chance of getting that first win.
Yeah, it's exciting to be at home, get some energy, and then they'll head back out on the road again next week. So hopefully they can defend their home turf here and get a good win.
And this is a semi-pro league, as Don and I spoke of beforehand. You're going to see a lot of players who think they're just one level away from getting an offer, getting some gainful or meaningful employment. That's not to say this isn't a good opportunity, but you have a lot of players who are motivated to show their talent.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent to be seen, that's for sure. That'll be fun to watch them play.
We'll have the tip-off and starting lineups in a moment. You're watching the Midwest Basketball League.
Lift every voice and sing till the heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound.
Don, perhaps a fitting song of choice for two teams looking for their first win, marching on until victory is won, and that will be the case for one of these teams today.
That is correct.
Rochester will wear the black jerseys, and as we noted, Minnesota, now the Lakers, will wear the white and blue. They've got the blue shoulder trim.
Yeah, very nice dark blue color.
Statistical data somewhat limited, so we'll just have to play it by ear. And I guess and the line from Coach Carter, someone's going to be a leading scorer today. So we'll find out who that is.
We will get to find out who very soon.
Let's take a look at the starters for Rochester. It's Esteban Capels, number 2. He's a shooting guard. Lemuel Doe, number 4, the point guard. Burrell Williams, number 7, shooting guard. Joseph Carpenter, number 24. A shooting guard, and Jordan Whitecomb, number 34, the center. Minnesota will start. Meach Williams, number 1, he's a guard. Dominic Dawson, number 4, he's a forward. Rochester Rogers, number 14, plays the wing. Kevin Thompson, number 23, also a wing. and Lee Moore, number 55, the point guard. You don't see too many guards with a 55 in their number.
Got to be special.
We had a little bit of chaos right before the start of this one, but we're ready to get this one underway. This is the home opener for the Lakers. It was originally scheduled for April 14th, but that game, along with just about everything else that weekend, was snowed out.
Great moment there just now as there was a potential over and back. Referee was told by the player, no, I didn't do that. It's the great look on his face. I hope we got that on camera.
We do play with professional rules, so 12-minute quarters, 24-second shot clock. A lot of action. Going up, missing the fadeaway was Dominic Dawson. Both teams missing their first field goal. As you know, 8 seconds to get the ball across half court. Minnesota making the steal. That's Kevin Thompson. They're looking to go outlet. Moore.
Oh, good recovery.
And the first basket of the game goes to number 5, Therese Smith. So he must have started in place of someone else who was listed in the program.
I'm wondering if our roster number might be off.
That's a possibility. 3, who got that?
I was looking at the roster.
It's 3-2. And the Lakers throw it away. So 5. I do want to say, because I see a 55 out there, or I see everyone else, it may have been an early substitution. There he is, and he's feeling it early for the Lakers.
Now, watching warm-ups, he was the one who was most consistent that I saw hitting the shot early. So to see him score 5 points so soon doesn't surprise me.
Or that might be Rochester Rogers wearing number 5 instead of 14.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
We'll get that sorted out. Speaking of Rochester, Pharrell Williams answers with a 3 of his own.
Tough shot with the D in his face.
It should be 6-5. It was scored as a 2-pointer. Let's hope to get that corrected, because I think you saw what I saw. The official put up the 3-point signal.
Looked like maybe the other official overruled him.
Meach Williams at the line.
They're about to correct the score, looks like.
Misses the front end.
Substitution.
Number 3 coming in for Rochester. That is Deontay Moore.
Coming out was Joseph Carpenter.
And the score is corrected. So it is now 6. 6? Yes. No? 5, 6.
We're still working. There you
It's
go.
the home opener.
Just
We're all a little rusty. Except this guy. I guess what's nice about this vantage point is I can see exactly what Abe is getting. So if he starts slacking off, I can get on him.
I'm sure he's excited to hear that.
Meach Williams splits. Yeah, we'll get some things sorted out here. 3 on the way from Williams. Off the front end of the iron. Rebound goes to Dawson, and that was a little miscommunication.
Here we go. I know you're going, he says. Don't scream. So good leadership by number 23, saying in both cases, that's on me. I should throw a better pass.
That was Kevin Thompson.
Yep.
Williams comes up short. O-board, no putback. And Dominique Dawson using his long frame to get the rebound. Lakers in transition. Williams with the finish. That's his first field goal.
Great unselfish play.
An 8-6 lead for the Lakers over the Roadrunners. This is Lemuel Doe. Over to Deontay Moore.
Good screen.
And he draws the foul. And while he shoots free throws, I'm going to figure out this number 5 situation.
Second one short, quick outlet. Oh, mishandled. Ooh, very aggressive play there.
So that was Moore at the line for Rochester. What did I bring you here for?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out, Mike.
We can confirm that number 5 is indeed number 14. So Rochester Rogers wearing number 5 instead of his usual 14.
Ah, got it.
So our suspicion was confirmed. Missing the fadeaway was Lemuel Doe. I believe that was Doe at the line. Look out. Lakers having a little trouble getting that transition game going.
Yeah, Thompson's pretty aggressive with his passing. I'm sure his teammates enjoy it. It's just turned into 3 turnovers at the moment, but his aggressive passing will be helpful later on, I'm sure, once they get moving. Oh.
And with the 24-second shot clock, you need a short-term memory. Jordan Whitecomb with an opportunistic bucket for the Roadrunners. 3 ball, corner pocket.
The Rock.
Rock Rogers. And the Lakers get the steal. Here comes Lee Moore. He can't get the bounce. Rebound. Dawson can't draw the foul. And that will be Lakers ball with a fresh shot clock.
Solid defense by Caples there.
Williams feeds it to Dawson inside. Kick out and a reset. 11-9 is the score. Three ball. Bullseye. Guess who?
Guess who?
Rock Rogers.
Caples very frustrated by that, too. He thought he had good defense on that play, and the shot still went in right in front of him.
I can see why they call him Rock for short.
Absolutely.
He's solid. Lee Moore with the steal. He's got a lane. Passes behind to Dawson, and the trailer gets the layup. Timeout, Rochester. Lakers build a 7-point lead.
Good job by Dawson on that last board. He wasn't really expecting the pass to come that way, but he still was able to recover and get the basket.
16-9, 6:57 left in the first quarter, and I smell popcorn.
I do too. Concession stand is open.
So hopefully, now that we have all of our names and numbers situated, as I noted, with a 24-second shot clock and the up-tempo nature of these Midwest Basketball League games, you got to have a short-term memory So as you noted, even though they had 3 turnovers early in transition, the Lakers still being aggressive, and it's paying dividends now.
Well, yeah, and if I'm a Laker, I'm motivated because I know he's going to throw the ball. He's going to throw it fast. He wants me to go fast and hard at hoop, which is exactly what probably the coach wants as well. So, hey, I'd rather you overthrow me than underthrow me. So let's just go.
And honestly, I think it's fitting that you're with us here for the Lakers home opener, since you are a fan of another set of Lakers.
Yeah, I've always wanted to call a Laker game, so this is a dream come true for me.
This is the first step. I'm guessing you want to call the purple and gold Lakers at some point.
You know, Mike, if I can get through this session doing well, I'll be very happy with myself. One goal at a time. So it looks like the Lakers have kept their starting 5 on the court.
It appears they have. Well, maybe one day you'll be the next Jack Nicholson and get to sit courtside at Lakers games.
I'll start saving up right now.
Following the timeout, it's 16-9 and a block by Meach Williams. Rochester will keep it though.
Touched out of bound by
and
the Lakers.
The shot clock reset. That ball didn't hit rim, so Rochester gets a fresh 24.
Yeah, they certainly had a shot attempt, but like you said, no rim.
Number 8 on the floor for the Roadrunners.
Cable's
There's
wide
Caples. Oh, can't knock down the 3. Rochester can't corral the rebound. Number 8 for the Roadrunners is Maurice Kane.
And the ball just went off him out of bounds as he was trying to get the rebound.
And a foul is called as Rochester going for the strip.
Oh, and in this smaller gym, you can definitely hear all the players go, "Oh," like they weren't really sure that was a foul.
You can pretty much hear anything. You'll hear everything in this gym. This is a small gym. But they did put in some bleachers this year. Long 2 is good for Rochester Rogers, and he is outscoring the Roadrunners 13-9. Lakers up 18-9. Caples, he has it, backs away, tries the baseline pass, and if that were football, that would have been an interception.
That was a great play, diving for the ball. Great job by Moore to get that ball, even though it does stay with Rochester.
Lee Moore gets the stop there. Latrell Love, number 7, subbing in for the Lakers.
We got a switch.
3 is off the mark. Rebound, Latrell Love. I presume no relation to Kevin Love. Moore. That goes off the leg of Lemuel Doe. Transition opportunity for the Roadrunners, and Kane finishes with the layup.
Great smooth layup right there. Didn't panic, just gently collected the ball and get the bucket.
18-11. And Rochester needed that, of course. We have a long way to go in a game as quick as this. 3 seconds to shoot. Love, got to get it off. Hits the back end of the iron, gets his own miss, puts it in, and the foul.
He's working hard today.
Latrell Love looking to make this a 10-point advantage for the Lakers. And he does.
Interesting side shot on that foul shot. Goes in clean.
That's what counts. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Lakers up 21-11. A bit of a sluggish start, but they've been on a rally thanks to Rochester Rogers. Long 3 is short for Maurice Kane, and the rebound goes to Dominique Dawson. Now, if Rochester Rogers is wearing 5, I see a 14 out there. Does that mean Therese Smith is wearing 14? Is there anything else to make this game more confusing?
Well, don't ask. They could probably help at halftime. They could all switch numbers.
I don't think that's allowed under league rules. We have a jump ball. Won by Rochester. Well, something to sort out when we get to the quarter break. Kane was open for a minute. Used up the dribble, needs help. Finds Doe. Wants the three. Pump fake, swish. He wanted a foul on that, but he does get the deuce.
No, he just all he got was a look from the ref.
Here is Kenny Bass, the kick out. And Love missing the long range two. Deontay Moore, he's fouled. More subs coming in for the Lakers. Shane Bosek, number 2, and 21, Ronaldo Kelly. So Jason Sandifer going deep into his bench in the first quarter. Missing the layup was number 50. Keishad Ridley, and I think we met with him earlier as we were trying to get ourselves into the gymnasium.
First guy in the gym, wanted to shoot. I love to see that. He had a nice move down there too.
Yeah, he had no lack of commentary about the developments in last night's NBA playoff games.
No, that was fun to chat. All the players were talking a lot about that. A lot of talk about OKC being, in a way, upset by Utah, but a better team game is playing out.
Rochester stymied by the Minnesota defense, and they are forced into a 24-second violation.
And I think, in a way, I've seen a little bit in this game. From what I've seen better passing with the Lakers and better ball movement, and less so with the Roadrunners, and we're seeing less effectiveness that way. I think the Roadrunners do need to learn to share and work together a little bit to have some success today, especially on defense.
Well, we spoke with Ridley, and he noted the lack of chemistry with this team. They're still trying to build it up. The Lakers, they've been around for a couple of years. Under their old identity, the Rangers. But as we said, this is a long game, so a lot of time for ebb and flow. Pharrell Williams gets the layup in transition.
Great play by him, but then again, on that turnover, you don't see any passing going on.
Fade away, off the mark from Bosek. Rebound, Pharrell Williams. Three, swish. Lemuel Doe. And
Love has the matchup down low, is asking for the ball, but they couldn't get it to him quick enough.
Just like that, it's a three-point game. After the Lakers led by 10. Love with the answer, off the mark. But 48 minutes is a long time.
Nice look.
Nice move to the rack.
And the rest going to let a little bit of contact go there. Really didn't see a clean foul or a clean charge, so says I'm not calling anything.
Timeout. Minnesota 21-20 to score, 1:42 left in the first quarter. Rochester making a run, and I'm going to figure out who number 14 is. Don, if you want to offer your observations, I'll go get our identity crisis sorted out.
All right. What's that? Thanks. Yeah, so we got our rosters from the coaches pregame. Now we're double checking some numbers. We did have pregame did hear about some switches, so Mike's checking on it. Look at Mike run. We've got that on video, Mike. Got some great video of you running now. Congratulations. So what do we find out?
That Therese Smith and Rochester Rogers switched numbers.
There you go. Well, that's the cleanest way to go.
Or maybe that was planned ahead of time. You're right. There is some video of me running. I hate to run across the court in the middle of a game, but this is semi-pro, not the WNBA.
There's nothing wrong with having respect for the court. I love to see people staying off of it when it's in
Well,
use.
it was one of those, I don't want to run across the court, but I also don't want to run into the huddle either.
Right.
Because I'm a broadcaster, not a spy.
Correct.
So it was 6-1, half a dozen on the other. So I decided if I have to commit a sin, I would rather take the straight line.
Rochester definitely fired up. You can see their defense stepping up from earlier.
And beating the shot clock with the floater is Kenny Bass.
That was a nice play by Bass.
A big-time play. Kick out. 3 on the way. Not yet. Thought it was coming. Instead, it's a drive and 1. Lemuel Doe can tie it up with a free throw.
That was an aggressive drive, too. Great passing up till then, though, to get the ball, to get that clean look and really put the Lakers at a disadvantage, which Doe was able to take advantage of when he drove down to the court.
And Doe does tie it up.
Makes it count.
23-all, like we said. These games often produce ebb and flow. So a 10-point lead for one side can easily go the other way in a hurry. And a foul is called on Rochester.
Doe's going straight to the appellate court on that one. He thinks he was robbed and misjudged incorrectly there. And now it's crazy.
And remember, we do play with pro rules, so once you get to 5 team fouls, it's free throws for the rest of the quarter. So that'll put Kenny Bass at the line. Bass out of Anoka Ramsey Community College. And in the pros, whether it's semi-pro or NBA, it's 2 free throws, no 1-and-1. The women's college game switched to that as well recently. Bass splits. 1 minute to go. Up and no good for Lemuel Doe. Here's Therese Smith, and
Doe's
he gets hammered.
Aggressive. I was just about to say Doe is extremely aggressive. I wonder if we're going to see something happen. After he felt like he got fouled, he definitely made no question about him fouling the next guy.
Perhaps a frustration foul?
He's just going hard.
Abe, who said you could text and shoot at the same time? Smith left the front end short. Misses both. Lakers can't cash in there.
They still have the lead.
They lead by 1.
Oh, the roll's open.
Smith with a pump fake. 7 to shoot. Not much time left for a reset. More. 5. He's going to try to take it himself. And he hits the runner.
Interesting to watch him switch hands in the air to take that shot.
Jordan-esque almost.
Very smooth.
91 NBA Finals. Although
showing off his speed is what I was going to say, but
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should bring up the 91 Finals either with you, as Bosick scores.
I don't see why you would.
That's because the Bulls beat the Lakers in that series.
I remember.
3, off the mark. And Rochester had a little more time to get a shot off there, but at the end of quarter number 1, it's 26-25 in favor of the Lakers. So after a hot start from Rochester Roadrunners, where he scored 13 points, the Roadrunners withstood that surge and have made this a 1-point game.
Now this is interesting in my mind. Doe is still talking to the referees about that last play. So you wonder to yourself, what is going on here? He's still going to spend time on that. If I'm the coach, I want him back in the huddle. Let's talk about what we're going to do. But he's out here talking to the referees
Exactly.
during this very important time, in my mind, to the coach, who really had a good recovery in that first quarter after being down.
because especially at this point, you're not going to go back and change a call from a few minutes ago.
No, and realistically, he's being very aggressive, and sometimes that gets calls, and sometimes that gets fouls called on you. Just accept it. I'm guessing that's his game, but I guess we'll find out in the next quarter in the second half.
It just goes to show you how much these teams want to get that first win.
Absolutely.
Cedar Valley leading the Northwest Division 2-0. Again, they are the standard bearer. Won the Midwest Basketball League Championship a couple years ago.
And they're the next opponent for the Lakers, so it's important for them to get their game going now and then continue to build on it next week.
The Broncos at 2-0 or 2-1. TC Elite also at 2-1. Rochester Roadrunners, though, out of Southwest Missouri State. And we see a couple of kids pulling moves on each other.
Yeah. Hope your camera doesn't get involved in the play by setting a nice pick.
So we start quarter number 2. Well, that's all right. We've got clocks all around, so pretty easy to see what the score is.
Nice passing.
So a quick foul on the Lakers there.
Moore trying to put his stamp on this game.
On Kenny Bass. Going up, and coming up with the O board was Whitecomb. He leaves it short, though, but the Lakers can't corral the rebound. However, the ball did not touch rim, so Rochester will have 8 seconds.
We got a substitution temporarily due to an earring being worn on the court.
You can't have jewelry on the court. Necklaces, earrings, and the reason is pretty clear why.
Yep, you save the bling for after you win.
Otherwise, you could end up with a bloody mess. 3 is short from Williams. Bosek with the board. Bass, kick out. 3 is long from Ronaldo Kelly. Bosek with the rebound.
Beautiful, beautiful, basically a one-time pass there. In the air. Led to the easy bucket.
Second chance points, always critical. Nice move to the rim, but nothing to show for it with Deontay Moore. And again, the Lakers unable to get the rebound cleanly. So a fresh shot clock for the Roadrunners. Caples looking to go baseline. Shovel pass to Whitecomb. Love with the block.
Whitecomb wanted the foul, but I thought Love got a good clean arm in there.
Therese Smith tried the bounce pass, and it ends up an interception. And fouled on the way up is Joseph Carpenter. He'll shoot 2. Carpenter out of Wisconsin Superior.
Putting in the work on that one.
26 years old. He has not scored in this game, at least not officially. Leaves that one short.
That wasn't an announcer's jinx, was it?
I guess we'll see if, I guess it depends if Rochester allows me back for next year's matchup. Carpenter gets the back end. And Love works his way to the rim. That didn't take long.
No, he's got a nice spin move going. Good hard worker, too, from what I've seen.
Williams says right back at you.
That was a beautiful step back, too. Great way to take this aggressive team out of it.
Some frenetic action going on right now, and free throws coming for Pharrell Williams.
And Love is unhappy, I think.
Yeah, he's fuming a little bit.
Dribbling the ball a little bit and giving us a little bit of a Puig tongue wag there.
Pharrell Williams out of Dakota Tech. 25 years of age.
And I think Love is really mad at himself versus anybody else. So that referees knowing that will probably help prevent him from getting himself into foul trouble or possibly a technical, which normally you might expect to have on a bio play like that where you're bouncing the ball like that.
He wasn't jawing at anybody.
Nope.
It was more of a frustration gesture. Williams splits. Roadrunners 4 of 7 at the line. Lakers 3 of 7. Bass, spin move, goes up, and he was fouled. So that will send Bass to the line.
Roadrunners are thinking that's a classic NBA type of foul. You wait to see if it's going to go in, and if it doesn't, you whistle. There was a delay there.
It happens in the NBA. I've seen it happen in high school, college, WNBA.
Yep. Yeah, in theory, there's either foul or there isn't, but that's not what we see in practice.
No siree. A little bit of confusion about who's supposed to be in. When you're in the trenches, every little thing seems like the other team is trying to get an edge on you. Bass knocks both down. And a foul on Minnesota.
And that's a tough call from my point of view. It looked like he was not just kind of moving around a little bit out of control, but.
And that is the last foul to give of the quarter for the Lakers. Offensive rebound for Joseph Carpenter. Rochester, they've been hanging around thanks to their offensive rebound proficiency. Carpenter with a skip. Williams, he's hacked. And the Roadrunners will be in the bonus for the rest of the quarter.
Wow. See a lot of defensive intensity there. Lots of balls popping around, but they're just not landing in the Lakers' hands right now. And the Roadrunners are taking advantage of it, being aggressive and getting to the line.
Williams knocks down the front end. Here comes Keyshawn Ridley, number 50.
Boy, it'd be fun to mic up these guys. Smith just walked in front of the free throw shooter and said something. I don't know what he said, but it probably was funny.
Ridley, board. Too strong on the putback attempt. Another split for Rochester, though.
Nice pass.
Nice three for Therese Smith. And that gets him on the board.
Probably the most fired up guy on that play was Love. It had nothing to do with it. Love to see that energy.
Love dives for it, gets the strip.
Where's it going?
Smith to Bass. Got it.
Lakers are feeling it now.
A quick 5-point burst for Minnesota. 3 ball. Missing from the corner was Deshaun Smith. Rebound, put back. Was that Ridley or Carpenter?
Carpenter.
Carpenter. I was looking down at my notes, so we'll give the bucket to Carpenter.
Yeah, that was another one where the ball was tipped by the Lakers, but it was not collected. Pops to Carpenter, who just grabs it and puts it in the bucket.
Massive subs coming in. Rochester Roadrunners. In fact, the starting 5 is going back out there for the Lakers. The entire starting 5. We'll see if that gives them another boost. Because they got that big run early, then the second string came in, and they've held serve for the most part. They didn't let Rochester get in front. Well, speaking of Rochester,
Rock hasn't warmed up yet. Give him a couple seconds.
Kevin Thompson gets the rebound. Fresh 24. Here's Meach Williams.
Left wide open.
Oh, Kevin Thompson had all day down there. How did he sneak through like that?
Great teamwork there. He just watched for him. He went around the pick and then set up down low. Thompson was all by himself.
And an 8-second violation is called on Rochester. Remember, we do play with pro rules.
Yeah, that was quick. I didn't
Felt
realize
quick.
it didn't feel like 8 seconds, but clock don't lie, right?
I guess not. Lee Moore. Bounce pass. That was a tough lane for Meach Williams to work with. Ridley got the rebound and tipped it over to Deshaun Smith. Moore turns on the Jets and scores.
He is quick. Quick and versatile, too.
I've got him at 6 unofficially.
So that loud noise, by the way, that's not the crowd. That is the Rochester bench. That is Travis.
And that's a foul called on Rochester. Lee Moore to inbound. And the shot clock resets to 14 after a foul. I do wonder if we'll see a mimic of the WNBA rule change from a couple years ago, as Rochester Roadrunners scores a layup where they switch to 14 instead of 24 on an offensive rebound on the shot clock.
Seems like a good idea.
As if the game wasn't fast enough. Lemuel Doe draws a lot of contact. He gets the layup. Nothing called, though. 41-36. Lakers going in transition. That doesn't work
Good D
out.
by Carpenter to force that turnover.
Deshaun Smith with numbers. Rejection with authority by Kevin Thompson. And that almost clobbered DJ Shawnee Mack.
That's right.
And not a lot of space at this gym.
Thompson's fired up.
Bleachers were a nice addition. But even so, well, we are right in the middle of the action. Williams looking for Rogers, doesn't find him. 3 ball, Moore can't hit in the corner. Doe. Kick out to Carpenter. He's got Williams. Goes up. No good. Ridley on the backside. Gives the Roadrunners another 24. How many times have we said offensive rebound for Rochester in this game? And now a foul on Minnesota. Free throws coming.
Thompson collects that foul, still being aggressive. He's excited about this game. He's having fun.
Well, you've been waiting for that home opener for a while, and now you get that chance.
Yeah, and a great block like that probably puts some adrenaline in your system for a while.
Deontay Moore gets the front end to fall.
Gets them both. Lakers still up by 3.
41-38. Dawson. A skip over to Thompson. Tries a little shake and bake, fade away, swish.
I couldn't hear what he said, but I hope our mics didn't pick it up. Thompson's fired up about this. He's having a good time.
Shot clock violation called on Rochester, and the buzzer doesn't make a loud sound here at the High School of Recording Arts.
No, and oddly enough, that last conversation you were in, Mike, was about a recording at the Recording Arts studio.
Well, anytime, yes, you see
go.
Rochester Roadrunners drive to the rim, you wait in anticipation, but I've noticed over the years, anytime you bring a camera and you've got a microphone, folks start wondering, hey, can I get a copy? Another offensive rebound. Ridley tips the ball to himself.
Sets up the pick and the roll, wide open.
And Doe will shoot free throws.
Still being aggressive.
Well, he's taking advantage of the situation. If they're going to keep calling fouls on drives like that, keep going.
Yep.
That's how Rochester's been able to stay in this game, their aggressiveness on the offensive side. Doe makes the front end. He is the first double-digit scorer
For
Rochester unofficially. And the Roadrunners starting to knock down their free throws. They're up to 9 of 13. Once again, they trail by 3. Every time Minnesota looks like they're ready to pull ahead, that offensive rebounding on the part of Rochester keeps them around.
Yeah, Rock's aggressive play there paid off.
Dawson. That was a tough shot. And the Roadrunners can tie it up here. Doe still attacking the rim. That ball will stay with Rochester.
Rochester running the X. Let's see what that means.
Doe goes up. That's short. Another O board. But this time Minnesota able to get the strip thanks to Latrell Love.
Before he hits the ground.
Meets Williams.
Thompson dishes it back to Love. Oh, it's a great idea. Good teammate. Love knows it. He's like, I had a shot there.
Rochester stayed with it, though, got the deflection.
Good teamwork there.
3 off the mark, but the rebound goes into the hands of Rogers. And he scores to put his total up to 17.
Oh, nice steal, nice steal.
Oh, Kevin Thompson could not straddle the baseline. Right idea, just ran out of real estate.
Couldn't collect his feet under him so he could stay in bounds. It was a great play, though. It's good to see the smile afterwards.
Rochester will keep it. Here's Doe. No restraint attacking the rim. He's pickpocketed by Rogers. Look out. All right, we'll have to settle for a layup, but Rochester Rogers out of Southwest Missouri State up to 19 points.
Inside and outside, too. He's really being a factor everywhere on offense.
Whitecomb couldn't get around that post defense, and we've got a scrum for the ball. Still live. Love gets it out. 10 seconds went off the clock, though.
Rogers.
Pass is too high for Rogers. And that will be Rochester ball. I think what happened there, Kevin Thompson tried to go behind the back and may have been a little too cute there, bringing the ball up.
Yeah, and Rogers was ready for the ball. He just got a little far back. If they had thrown it closer to the hoop, I think that would be an easy layup for him. Gave the defense time to recover with that longer pass.
We play on, though. Just over 2 minutes left. Another block by Thompson. It will stay Rochester ball, but Kevin Thompson making some clutch defensive plays down low.
I don't think Wickham had much of a chance to make a shot down there. He was stuck between two Lakers.
Whitecomb tries again. He's had a tough time in the paint. Meets Williams with the board. Finds Love. He runs into a wall. Lee Moore can't get the reverse to fall.
He got some facial contact there, but still probably that dipsy-do was a little bit too much.
He was wincing a little bit. And Lemuel Doe is just going to keep attacking the rim, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
It's paying off for him, whether it's layups or free throws. 5-point game again.
That play gets the defense fired up, but Rochester bench yelling. Love calling for the ball, walks off to the corner.
3. Moore can't hit it. Williams tried to time the rebound.
Oh,
Carpenter
Love's
swipes
back
it.
in the play.
Rogers for 3. That's short.
Oh, we got a foul down low. Wow.
And they're going to call it on Williams.
I am shocked by that call.
And that's going to mean free throws for Rochester because it's a loose ball foul. Latrell Love. Love unhappy with the call, and Kevin Thompson trying to keep his composure intact.
Good call. Love's on his way to a technical. He certainly changed his family-friendly atmosphere into a rated R situation.
So
for language.
there was no free throws awarded. And this time there will be free throws because a foul was called on Williams. Things getting a little chippy here as we approach the halftime intermission.
Yeah, halftime's going to come right on time for these guys. I think they need to chill out a little bit.
Except this guy. Abe is always chill. Just don't ask him to play Tom Petty.
Oh, yeah, that got him going.
Because if you do, he'll tell you don't come around here no more. Caples knocks down the front end and the back end. 3-point game again. Rochester now 11 of 15 from the line. That gets Caples on the board unofficially. Williams up. No good. And one of the Rochester coaches is banging on a chair. That's why he's making so much noise.
Absolutely. He was trying to get his team fired up.
Lakers ball, 30.8 on the clock. So Minnesota cannot hold for a final shot here.
A little bit of slapping around going on. That ball is popping loose. Has pretty much the whole second quarter.
Lakers playing a little clock game here. They're trying to get that 2-for-1.
Looking for a 2-for-1, yeah.
They're not going to get it. Lee Moore missing the jumper, and shot clock and game clock virtually identical. Rochester can hold here. Williams will drive instead and score, and he paid the price for it.
We have an injury timeout. That was his head hitting the floor. We definitely need to take a moment now. Good thing for the refs to instantly recognize that and stop the game.
You heard the thud. It was loud. Williams got the layup decided to go for the hole, and he gets the 2 points. But as I said, he pays a big price for it. Burrell Williams out of Dakota Tech, 6'2" guard. He and Lemuel Doe, big reason.
It looks a little foggy, but he's looks like he's all right. He's going to be feeling that.
He will be. He may have to be checked out at halftime because you hit your head, and of course with concussion protocol, they do not take head injuries lightly anymore.
And one difference at this level is we don't have the official towel boys waiting to wipe up the court, so the players are using their shoes to check make sure that the moist floor is not an unsafe place to play.
Well, even in the high school level, you don't have towel boys or towel girls or towel people. I remember covering a Chisago Lakes game this past year, Chisago Lakes Matamidi.
I remember that.
Well, I know you weren't there this time around, but there was a moment where Carmen Backus, who is going to Wisconsin, recovered from her injuries, but needed to get the floor wiped up, so she grabbed a towel and wiped up the wet spot.
It's always amazing to me that there aren't towels on hand for that, but there aren't.
Well, maybe with your expertise and connections, you can find a towel sponsor.
Kohl's. I love Kohl's.
Williams.
Lots of time, lots of time.
6 seconds. Lee Moore. Fires. No good. And Rogers
almost
cannot.
Tipped in by the Roadrunners. Rock's pretty fired up there.
And that brings us to halftime with the score 47-46. It's been back and forth. Rochester with their second chance scoring, staying in it, but Minnesota, they played a scrappy defense in the first quarter. What is it going to take for them to come out with the advantage in the second half?
Well, I think they've got the pieces they need in place. A little bit more maybe cohesiveness playing together, but a lot of those loose balls, they got to get able to collect those. They still have a lead, and I don't think they've really played their best game. So for the Lakers, I think they have to be pretty happy about that. Rochester's shown they can come back and fight, and they can definitely take this game as well. So you're gonna have to earn that first win.
We'll see who does earn that first win in a moment. You're watching the Midwest Basketball League at the High School for Recording Arts. The Lakers lead the Roadrunners 47-46. Mike Peden and Jon Ackerman back with you. The home opener of Minnesota Lakers basketball in the Midwest Basketball League. 47-46 our score as we start the second half. Don, what a half for Rochester Roadrunners, 19 points. But if Minnesota wants to hang on for the win, they're going to have to figure out a way to contain the offensive rebounding of Rochester.
Yeah, I think they just got to get some of those loose balls that just keep getting, the ball seems to be poked out of somebody's hand, and then Rochester ends up getting it, or it goes off them and goes out of bounds. So if they can collect those balls, I think that makes a big difference in this game.
So this will be the first of hopefully 8 games. Again, the home opener was originally scheduled for April 14th. That was snowed out. So this is the start to our 2018 broadcast season, and our next go-round will be May 19th and 20th. Lakers will have back-to-back games. You'll get those on occasion, the weekend, well, not double-headers, but the back-to-backs on Saturday and Sunday.
Books the family's weekend.
And that's going to be a pretty busy weekend because you've got these games going on. The Twins have a big series with the Milwaukee Brewers at that time, and the Minnesota Lynx start their season on May 20th against
their championship
the Los Angeles Sparks. That's what I find amusing with you, as hitting the reverse is Dominique Dawson. You've got a couple of LA teams in your fandom, the Dodgers and the Lakers, but when it comes to the WNBA, you're not partial to the Sparks.
No,
you're a Minnesota guy.
Kind of like what you were talking about with the draft last night. I'm older than the WNBA, so it didn't exist when I was a kid. So growing up and finding my fan allegiances, I just came to Minnesota, and the Minnesota Lynx and Minnesota Timberwolves treated me well as a fan, so I have no problem supporting them.
Deontay Moore drew the foul. This is the first. Hey, down in front. We're trying to call a game here. As we noted earlier, we are right in the middle of the action here. We did put in a few of those portable bleachers, so that's a nice upgrade. Last year when I did the pilot game, if you will, the pilot broadcast, I was behind a couple rows of chairs. Missing the three-pointer is Joseph Carpenter, and Minnesota starting to get after the rebounds a little bit more. Here is Lee Moore, and Moore finally gets on the board.
Nice drive, a little herky-jerky style, almost like a Lindsay Whalen type of play there, where he went back and forth and then got a nice lay-in.
Speaking of Whalen, what do you make of her being the next Gophers head coach for the women's team?
I think it's a phenomenal move for Minnesota. Great for Lindsay. I mean, it's just a win-win.
Abe is listening intently to this analysis. Meech Williams getting the rebound.
There we go.
And unable to hit the fadeaway is Dominique Dawson.
Yeah, the Lakers seem like they have some good in deep down size, but it doesn't seem like it's really working out so far.
Deontay Moore high off the glass and in. That gives him 11 unofficially. Now, Whalen's hiring. It should help with the in-state recruiting. She brought in Kelly Roislin from McAllister and a former Gopher, and then Carly Thibault-Dudonis, who was on the coaching staff at Mississippi State. So got to take part in 2 championship games.
Oh.
And that chippiness from the first half may be extending here in the third quarter. 51-49 our score.
I think both teams want to run.
But Whalen bringing in some skilled and experienced coaches to assist her. I'm sure Cheryl Reeve, a former college coach herself at Indiana State, will offer some pointers in between games. This is a move you're really not going to know how it will play out until 2 or 3 years down the road, because that's just how college works.
But up front, it looks like a great move.
Well, season tickets went up 600%, and that's one way to bolster a program that hasn't been, as Lee Moore slams the ball down, a little frustrated there. And they're going to give him free throws. Looks like it. No, jump ball. And Whitecomb a little taller. Moore at 6 feet. Whitecomb.
Yeah, in Moore's case, that was not a jump ball.
At 6'6". And that's going to be a foul on Rochester Roadrunners, much to his dismay. It's pleading his case, and we can hear that here. Like I said, being just a couple of rows away from the action compared to most games we call, you hear a lot of that.
Well, I think you're going to see a lot of that with Doe and Rogers. They're both guys who are physical. So you see they bang the bodies. They're not really reaching.
And that's a foul on Whitecomb as he hacked Rochester Roadrunners to stop a fast break.
You know, if he didn't come back and grab the guy as he was going out of bounds, that could have been construed as a very malicious call, but he was really just trying to stop the bucket.
Right. But that was risky in the sense that, depending on what happened, they could have called an intentional foul.
Absolutely. Yeah, it certainly was.
It was, right. It was. That was an intentional foul. It just wasn't called. But no, you're right. The idea was to prevent the easy two, and Rochester Roadrunners has to settle for a split, so Whitecomb's foul did pay off. But you're right. That was an intentional foul.
He really wasn't going for the ball or anything. He was really going for the tackle. Oh, some fan got their money's worth out of their seat.
And that, my friends, is an incomplete pass. That'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Bounced off one of the spectators in the front row.
.9:39 left in quarter number 3. 52-49. Home opener. Whoa, nice move, and the reverse by Therese Smith. What an entry pass. That was a laser.
Smith is quick, too. Good ball movement.
Smith missing the fadeaway. Roadrunners ball. Caples inbound. Smith lost it to Kevin Thompson. Maintains his balance. Dominic Dawson can't get the bounce.
Man, that was beautiful. That was slow motion as it went by us. Oh.
Whitecomb is fouled. He'll shoot 2. Jordan Whitecomb out of Crown College.
Even following the ball, you saw Moore show that quickness and his elusiveness and that beautiful ability to just get the ball in the bucket, even though it didn't even count. It's pretty impressive to watch him move around and just fly. Love seeing a big man's free throws go down. He's working hard, too. He's got a nice shade of red going.
It's more commonplace as we talk about positionless basketball, the stretch 4, post players that have a shooting touch, and you need it more than ever in this sport. And it wasn't that long ago as Meach Williams draws a foul where, you know, your centers and power forwards, you didn't expect them to have a stroke from the free throw line, but you need it to be competitive these days. I mean, we saw Rebecca Brunson turn into a 3-point shooter last year for the Minnesota Lynx.
I wouldn't be surprised if she becomes more of one this year, too.
Rogers to Smith.
There you go. Feed Dawson. Great.
Dawson.
Oh, just a little short.
Couldn't get the hook to fall.
I think it's a smart play, though.
Step back.
Use your inside guys, because there's really no competition right here for someone like Dawson to compete against.
And Caples, he seems a little perplexed at the foul call.
Yeah. Rochester coach is doing the right thing and saying, calm down.
Oh, yes. Only a 3-point game, 8:27 left. Neither team is led by more than 10.
No, and you know, a really bad meltdown at this point could be a turning point of the game if Rochester doesn't keep their cool. So keep your cool, Rochester. You've got this game if you want to come get it. Just stay in control.
It's been back and forth.
Ooh, Dawson wasn't expecting that pass.
He recovers. Thompson for 3. Off the heel. Rebound Doe. Dietrich's on the Jets again. Shovel pass to Whitecomb. Blocked by Dawson. And a foul on Caples. Kevin Thompson saying, that was a shot.
I was shooting.
But he's going to shoot free throws anyway because Rochester is out of fouls to give, I believe. You know how that goes. That was a shot.
They all are.
No, yeah. Because most players, most guards shoot 3-pointers from 75 feet.
Feel contact, it's a shot.
Kevin Thompson to shoot 2. We have to have a laugh.
Yep.
Kevin Thompson out of Northeast Community College.
I hope he knows he's getting these because his team's at the other team's at 5, not because he was shooting.
Well, you know how it goes. You're going to plead, even if it doesn't make any sense.
Right. He wants to
Although,
the ref
if you really want some laughs, you should have listened to Shaquille O'Neal's conversation a couple days ago about how an $80 tank of gas can only be 20 if you fill it up at the halfway mark.
Thompson gets his
and the look at Ernie
shots.
Johnson's face, like, are you kidding? Ernie Johnson's face.
Ooh.
I've often said, as we have an offensive rebound and no putback, and a foul will be called on the Lakers. I would love the TNT studio crew to host if I could had enough money, I'd bring them in to host a birthday party because they are. I think we'd all laugh our tails off.
I think some of the guys on that broadcast crew are stealing money, and some aren't getting paid enough. Ernie Johnson probably is earning his money with what he has to put up with in a professional broadcasting role, dealing with people who are probably not as professional. There you go. Nice look in the corner.
But one thing you cannot dispute is their chemistry, and that's why they're always fun to watch. Smith for 3. Swish. The second three-pointer for Therese Smith, and the Lakers once again getting a separation here. They're up by 8. But they've had trouble sustaining that separation before.
Key is to keep that defense going.
Moore to Doe. He can't get the answer.
Good board by Thompson.
Thompson finds Smith. The dish to Williams for 3. Bullseye!
That was togetherness right there. And that is enough for the coach for Rochester to say, I need to talk about this and calm these guys down. Cue the DJ. We've got a break coming. Lakers up by 11.
Their largest lead of the game. I believe Rochester has 3 timeouts remaining.
And the last couple Laker points were all team effort points. You didn't see any selfish hero ball going on. You saw the ball being passed around and given to the player in great opportunities, and that leads to the 11. I think if the Lakers can continue to play team ball, Rochester, unfortunately, probably can't keep up with them. But when they don't do that team ball, Rochester's able to get in. So let's see what happens.
7:04, and as you alluded to, this could be a critical junction in this game with Minnesota gaining some separation again. This is a crucial opportunity for the Roadrunners if they want to come back.
Yeah,
or hang around, I should say.
The Lakers can give their starters a break. They can stay in the game. The starters have been very strong. Let's see what Rochester does. Do they bring out the same crew, or do they make any changes? Looks like they're not making any changes. They're just going to need to bring up their defensive intensity.
Well, it's something I've noticed in the third quarter, Minnesota keeping Rochester away from the boards on offense.
Yep, and I think the Lakers have had a better three-point percentage shooting. Are you seeing that as well on your sheet? As far as
I couldn't tell you because there's.
What's your feeling on
it's
it?
tough to. It's tough to call a game and keep track of so many stats at one time. I can do one, but not the other. Or I should say, I can do one, but not both.
Bringing it in.
Deontay Moore had a lane, couldn't put it in. Rogers, backdoor to Love.
See, Rogers just doesn't seem to get fazed by that stuff. He always seems to have a calm, cool, collected self, and he seems to make good plays. So even though he's not doing anything specific on that play, he doesn't turn the ball over. Gives his teammate an easy layup by simply bouncing the ball off the ground.
Lakers trying to go transition. Tough shot there for Thompson. But the Roadrunners trail by 13. 3 ball, another miss. This might give Rochester a chance to get some points back here. They are struggling to find their stroke as of late.
Surprised that Rogers created that foul right there. I kind of expected him to do a good box out, and I guess he just got beat on that play and unfortunately collected the foul.
Deshaun Smith out of Dakota County Tech. And as we noted in the open, this is a team that has yet to break the century mark, and in games like this, as we've got a loose ball that will be picked up by Ronaldo Kelly, if the Lakers can get to 100 here, that could be enough. Deshaun Smith gets on the board.
Okay, we're running the flash play.
Thompson, 8 to shoot, fires, off the rim. And Thompson fouling Moore there. Both teams, I believe, are in the penalty.
Moore's too good to let that happen. So it was guaranteed that Thompson was going to pick up that foul. He's too quick.
And free throws coming for Deontay Moore. Deontay, 5'9" guard out of Rochester Community and Technical College. And you'll get that a lot with these semi-pro games. A lot of athletes from the smaller colleges, the D2s, the D3s, the JUCOs. But they all have a passion for the game, and they hope that maybe they can get an offer down the road.
Or you play for love.
That too.
Either way, you're working hard.
Moore gets the back end. 5.5 left in the third. A late foul is called, so Williams will shoot free throws. Again, both teams in the penalty here. Leach Williams out of Rochester Community and Technical College, playing for the Lakers. And that could add a little flair to a potential division rivalry down the road. Rochester, a new team this year. And you're right in terms of the passion factor, because I've had a chance to look at video of other Northwest Division teams in the Midwest Basketball League, and they play in gyms kind of like this one. But that's where a lot of legends got their start, playing in front of small crowds like this before moving on to bigger crowds later. Lakers up by 12. Moore is trying to hook up with Doe on the shovel pass, and it ends up being a turnover. Lakers not wasting any time.
Good idea to reset.
Love, spin move, and he used up his pivot.
Yep.
Speaking of, I don't know if you caught this, Candace Parker and Kevin Garnett had a heated debate about what a traveling violation is.
They've probably never had it called on either one of them in their own minds.
Well, Candace Parker was showing an up and under that she claims wasn't a travel. Kevin Garnett thought it was. And, well, KG in his Area 21, it's been a great showcase for... Hang on, we've got a play here for Rochester. A great showcase for the men and women who are experts of the game. That's going to be a foul and a 4-point play chance for Lemuel Doe. Williams made contact. Doe can make this an 8-point game pending the free throw.
Williams claiming that he was Reggie Millard.
But you probably have seen some highlights of that Area 21 where he brings in men and women of all creeds in the basketball world, players, coaches, and media members. And like I said, a great showcase for the sport and for the personalities who have made the sport such a big deal.
I completely agree with you. You said it perfectly yourself. They've showcased both sides. All kinds of basketball players. Been a great contribution to the TNT broadcast. He's shooting one. Did they?
Because it was a foul after a 3-point shot, so
yeah.
you get the one free throw, which Doe makes. A 4-point play for Lemuel Doe. He goes up to 18. And that could be the play Rochester needs after going down by 13. Go. Here comes Deontay Moore.
Wow.
Kenny Bass caught up with him in time. Thompson fires. Short. Rebound. Deshaun Smith.
Smart play to calm down. It's fun to go for the home run, but it's good to calm down every now and then.
Side fade and another 3 for Lemuel Doe. And that second string back out there for the Lakers. This is where Rochester was able to reel in their first double-digit deficit. And they have a chance to make this a one-possession game here. 65-60.
And Doe was thinking he had enough contact on that last three-pointer to get another and one, but it was not called.
That being said, he's feeling it.
Side step.
That one
the refs
a little
are
long.
not calling that side step. Thompson's looking for help. Oh,
Bosek fouled on the way up. He'll shoot 2.
he really wanted to hold on to that ball and finish that.
He'll have to do it at the line.
Yes, he will.
Shane Bosek out of William Penn University.
Referee's going to be forced into a situation. He's been forced to hand out technicals to number 23 and number 4.
So double technical. They will offset on Kevin Thompson and Lemuel Doe. And Lemuel, as we saw, he played pretty aggressively the first time up, and they're going to call this an intentional foul. So Bosek will get free throws, and Minnesota will keep the ball here. Jason Sandifer.
Love this wants to keep the game going.
Double tech.
Love just wants to play, which actually is good because the impact of this moment doesn't really help anything calm down or escalate. Let's get back to basketball. This confusion just creates a doubt that is unnecessary.
Well, we know Bosek is going to shoot free throws. I think what the officials are discussing is, with a double technical, how that would be ruled.
Right.
In the pros, as I understand it, a double technical offsets.
Mm-hmm. Looks like that's the agreement here as well.
So there will be no intentional foul, as I thought would have been called earlier. And Bosek will just shoot the standard pair of free throws. So Bosek to shoot 2. Technicals on Doe and Thompson. They offset.
So Thompson's out of the game. Doe decides to walk over to where Thompson is and continues to talk. I don't know how that's going to help.
That's not a good. No, that is probably not a good idea at this point.
If I'm a coach on Rochester's team, I'm going to talk to say, Doe, get over here. Let's talk. You need to get away from that bench. There's nothing good for you over there.
No, there's nothing good that can come of this right now.
You're in the game.
Thompson
Enjoy
trying
it.
Thompson trying to diffuse the situation. Bosek gets both free throws, but yeah, if I'm Rochester, if I'm the coach, get Doe out of it. Get Doe back to your huddle. Get him back to the sideline.
Quick. He is quick. Good board, but he can't put it up.
Smith drains the 3. That was a rainbow shot. His first field goal, and the Roadrunners come up with it.
And he gets the steal afterwards. With the Lakers trying to run up the court, maybe going too quickly.
Another
That's
3.
Deep.
Good! Just like that, it's a 1-point game. Back-to-back threes for Deshaun Smith, who had not made a field goal until that sequence.
He had a steal sandwich there. He got a steal in between those 2 threes.
That was a triple-decker. 8 to shoot. Love for 3. That's going to be short. Recovery by Therese Smith. And then Love is fouled. Love does not lack for emotion. He wears it on his sleeve and his tongue.
You can see it from head to toe as he rubs himself from head to toe. I think he knows he got a little greedy there.
And just think,
he wanted to stick a 3 in to just
and
kill
we've
that
got 7
comeback.
more games of this as the season moves along. We start in April. We'll end the regular season in July.
Oh, Love tells the Rochester bench to keep making noise. You're not going to stop me from making my shots.
Rochester players having a laugh about that on the bench.
And
Nope,
they're
he
not gonna
gets his wish.
As you requested.
Love reminds me of Lindsey Whalen, or some of those players who just look for a reason to get mad.
And looks over at their bench. Gives them a little hand sign, some kind that says, I got this.
Oh, we got a little showmanship going on here.
We do. The best part of showmanship is when there's execution behind it.
Well, Love did execute at the line. He's up to 9. 13 of 19 the Lakers are at the charity stripe.
More.
Moore adds 2 more with the floater, and it's a 1-point game again. Bosick thinking about it. Finds Love.
He's coming.
He gets stripped. Moore can give the Roadrunners the lead for 3. Didn't work out.
Lucky not to collect a foul trying to get that ball back.
Timeout, Minnesota. And they'll have 3 remaining. 69-68.
Got a good back and forth game going, Mike.
As we noted, this is not uncommon for Midwest Basketball League games. One team goes up, the other team gets a rally. When you have a shot clock and with the pace of play, how quickly plays can develop, I'm not surprised.
The key was those 2 3-pointers.
Deshaun Smith.
Yeah, Smith getting hot right there was huge.
Deshaun Smith out of Dakota County Tech. And he hadn't scored a field goal until those back-to-back threes. You've got Lemuel Doe with 21 unofficially, and it's not playtime yet, kids.
That's right. You've got a quarter plus. Lots more game to enjoy before you can run out on the court, young men and ladies.
So a couple of times Minnesota gained some separation. In each instance, Rochester able to respond. Bosek, 7 to shoot, can't get the bounce. Rochester with another chance to capture the lead, something they haven't done since 6-5 early in this game. Can they do it from 3? Not that time. Joseph Carpenter missing from distance. Rochester Rogers, we haven't heard much of him in the second half so far, and he'll have a chance to add 2 at the line here. He had 19 in the first half. And as he's at the line, want to remind you that it will be on tape delay, but the next pair of home games for those who are watching this online and on TV are May 19th and 20th. All games right here at the high school for Recording Arts in St. Paul. Rogers knocks down both.
The good calming influence of Rock there could be something that makes a big difference. If they can get that going, him going in the fourth quarter, he seems to have a calm, collected pace about himself that's important in this game for the Lakers to win.
He has yet to make a field goal in the second half, but it goes up to 22 with those free throws. Lemuel Doe unable to hit the fadeaway, less than a minute left in the third.
Right there, he just did it. He could have tried to throw a deep pass down to Bosek, but he decided to calm down and collect himself.
And they find Love open on the entry pass. And Latrell Love puts it in for 2.
Lakers adding a full court press on Moore too, so that he doesn't inbound the ball.
Doe fouled, he'll shoot 3.
We're seeing consistent contact with Doe after the shot. Players are coming at him pretty hard, and he's finding a way to make sure that they hit him. I think everybody here knows he thrives on contact.
The officials are holding up 2 fingers. I thought he was fouled.
Shooting a 3.
Right. All right, they're going to give him 2.
So they're calling a foul after the shot then?
That would be the only way. Must have been after. Either way, Doe at the line to pad his numbers, unofficially at 21.
The ball was certainly gone when he was contacted, if you want to argue that.
All right, it was. Usually, though, they'll give you the benefit. If that were Russell Westbrook or James Harden, it would have been 3 fouls. Doe makes both, so whether he should have had 2 or 3, he makes it a 1-possession game nonetheless. Kenny Bass. He'll shoot 2 more.
Went down to the land of trees and found some wood. Love showed a little gamesmanship on that last foul shot by by Doe. He said he missed it before he even shot it. Let's go, Morse, Love said. So he's a character. And the funny thing is, I don't think that kind of talk hurts Doe at all. I think he thrives in that kind of thing.
Well, we know Love doesn't seem to mind.
What's he got? Okay, yeah, hang on. He's got Derrick Rose socks on. Okay. Doe has Derrick Rose socks on. He's totally all about that.
Okay.
I think that makes it pretty clear where he feels, how he feels about it.
Game clock and shot clock identical. 3 on the way. Off the mark. Rebound
Nice
won
rebound
by the
by Carpenter.
Roadrunners. Will they get it off in time? They will not. Well, kind of it goes. That hits the front end of the iron.
Wow.
But we've been staying neck and neck. Minnesota did go up by 13. Rochester got it to within 1, 74-70, with 1 more quarter to play. The Roadrunners, though, have not taken the lead since 6-5 in this game. What needs to happen for them to get in front after so long?
I think they just got to get those threes to go down.
And for the Lakers, I presume they'll want to get Rochester Rogers involved a little more. Only 3 points in the third quarter, all at the free throw line.
Seems to me like they could really try to use their down low guys more than they have been. Get more points in the paint. That would be an easy way for them to take advantage of a mismatch, what looks like a mismatch to me.
Now we'll see what happens in this fourth, but Rochester, you would think that would be in a good position to get a win here, because they're keeping the Lakers from turning this into a track meet more so than it is.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the score, 100 points not a guarantee here.
Nope.
And that's something Rochester has yet to reach in their 2 games this season.
Another Rochester player talking to the referees during the intermission. So apparently their focus is a little bit on the game, but a little bit on the Zebras.
And we'll see what impact that has in the fourth quarter. And you don't see this often. I'm guessing it's one of the Rochester players. I don't see the number. Talking with 2 people who I presume he's related to. That's Joseph Carpenter. I'm guessing those are his kids or relatives of his.
Certainly fans.
You almost never see that in a pro game. I know Lindsay Whalen has a couple fans in the front row she'll chat with for a moment.
All right, here we go.
12 minutes to decide it. Both teams at 0-2. One of them will pick up their first win. The other will still be looking for it. That 3 from Smith was short. Minnesota has held the upper hand for most of this game, although not by much. And Kenny Bass turns it over.
Bass probably should have passed that. Oh.
Deontay Moore will take it all the way.
A little bit of contact, but that does not deter Mo, who's looking for the N1.
Well, you can't let that distract you or discourage you. If you don't draw the contact, just take the points. That's the guy they need to find, Rochester Roadrunners, although he had a contested shot there.
Contested, but it still hit the inside of the rim. Even on a bad shot, his shots look pretty good.
Doe for three. Bullseye!
Not afraid to do it.
And Rochester takes their first lead since 6-5, 75-74. But we still have an eternity to go. Torrey Smith misses the three-pointer. You wonder when Jason Sandifer will put back the first string. That's the group that has seemed to perform the most for the Lakers. Doe looking for another three. Fires. Looked like he was trying to draw the foul there.
Yep.
Bosek.
Distracted by the defense.
And now Rochester with a chance in transition. Deshaun Smith with a finish. And he's got 9 off the bench.
Lakers coach looked up at the scoreboard, just sat down.
Bosek from 15. That looks short, and it is. Bass will have to shoot 2.
He really wanted that one. Bosek's looking like he just hasn't got into alignment yet, but he's in good spots and taking good shots. Loves talking to himself down the court. There we go. Good teammanship right here.
Teammanship?
Whatever you want to call it.
Teammanship?
Leadership.
Is that a new word you came up with?
Not on purpose.
Is that the slogan you use for like the Lynx plow? Now I'm bungling words.
See, making fun of me is not a good thing.
No, that should be your new slogan for the Lynx Prowlers or all the other groups you participate in. Teammanship.
But
you started fans helping fans. Let's go with teammanship.
Fair enough.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say I like seeing Smith talk to Love, calm him down, get them on the same page. Love's very mercurial. Keep him on the calm side. Let's get this going. This game is still ours to win.
There's still an eternity left. Bass split, so it's a 2-point game. Now it's a 5-point game. Joseph Carpenter drills the corner 3. Smith off the screen, lost it. Rochester unable to get it.
It's interesting to see what you, like you said, when you wonder about the starters come back in. It's interesting to see the Lakers coach keep these guys in. He's going to let them work through it.
And free throws will be coming for Rochester Roadrunners. So it was offensive rebounding that kept Rochester around in the first half. 3-point shooting has been their ticket in the second half, but Rochester Roadrunners will try to change that here. Another split. Now it's a 4-point game. Watch out for the 3-point sharpshooters.
Wow.
Entry pass, Whitecomb with the layup.
That was all about a great pass.
But they leave Latrell Love alone for the slam.
Which is exactly what he wanted.
And maybe that'll fire up the Lakers here. Love up to 13.
It's fired up Latrell, that's for sure.
Eight to shoot. This is Smith. They're doing a reset, but Moore's got to get it off. He does. Not even close.
No shot.
Shot clock violation. I saw zeros when Moore touched it.
Yeah, but good job by Moore getting that shot off anyway, and it still went in.
It went in, but
after the clock.
Right.
Oh. And Doe's asking for the replay. Doe's doing the circle.
Yeah, because we can show you replays in the middle of a broadcast right
Correct.
here. At least in this one. Rochester Roadrunners penetrates and gets the layup. That's his first field goal in the second half, and it's a 2-point game.
Very smooth spin move there for the bucket.
Rogers has been the steady foundation for this Minnesota team. He had 19 in the first half, 13 in the first quarter. He's cooled off a bit since. Another three. This one's short. A scrap for the rebound,
Foul
won
rebound.
by Smith. That will be the first foul charge to the Lakers. 82-80.
DJ's ready for a timeout, apparently.
Fresh shot clock for the Roadrunners. And another foul on Minnesota.
Rogers reached out and grabbed him. Recognized his speed.
Can't do that. Now, they aren't keeping track of the individual fouls on the scoreboard, but that's the second charge to the Lakers. Moore, high off the window and in. He's done that a couple of times, and
I think he hit his head on the floor or wall afterwards. He was excited for the shot to go in and then reached back for his head.
this happened with Perel Williams.
This would be a big loss for Rochester if he's unable to continue.
Well, the same thing happened to Williams, and he has not returned to action since.
It didn't look like he really thumped his head from what I had seen, but I definitely did see him hit the floor. And now they're going to sub him out.
You almost have to. But Deontay Moore, 18 off the bench.
They're checking his eyes right now. He doesn't want any of it.
Going through the concussion protocol. Again, they do not take head injuries lightly in any sport. 84-80 is the score. Moore will go to the bench. We'll see if he returns. Again, the same thing happened to Perel Williams in the first half. And following the injury, he has been unable to play since then. So I'm guessing he wasn't cleared. And there's not a lot of space between the end line and the wall. Love for three. That's long. And the rebound is tipped to number 8, Maurice Kane. So Moore with 18 off the bench. We'll see if someone else can step up. Minnesota. It's Rogers. The shovel pass to Love, and it rims out. Thompson scraps for the rebound, and a fresh shot clock for the Lakers.
Great idea for Kelly to back it out.
Thompson engaging the reset. Love was looking for a high-low play. He may have to take it himself. Now he needs help. Thompson, Doe grabbed him by the jersey, and we play on. Doe missing the runner. Gets his own miss.
Looks around for defense. Looks for his defense, looks for his offense.
Thompson screen to the floor. Doe. Rogers stayed with him. And denies the acrobatic Doe a chance at two. Now the Lakers looking for an answer. Kelly missing the three. High recoil, goes back to him. He's going to charge it. Count it! Charging his way to the rim, Ronaldo Kelly showing some gusto, and he can make it a one-point game pending the free throw.
Hashtag hard work pays off on that one. Never gave up on the ball.
Ronaldo Kelly had not scored until that play.
Wow.
.5:55 left in the fourth. And as we've seen, you don't get too many runaways in games like this. It usually comes down to your execution late.
And Moore's back in the game.
Good sign for Rochester. Well, you saw he didn't want any part of that concussion protocol. Latrell Love with the block. He denies Esteban Caples. And Caples, he had an opening. Here comes Kelly, the kick out. Love still looking for that first three, won't get it there. And Caples with the board.
He laughs at himself while running down the court. I'm not sure what his 3 percentage is, but I think he likes to shoot the three more than he makes it. More than he should, let's put it that way. Ooh, ball's knocked loose.
Stays with the Roadrunners. Doe, three ball, corner pocket.
Great kick to the corner.
A 4-point game again. Big bucket for Lemuel Doe, who's up to 29. Thompson can't get the bounce. Moore with the tip. Thompson gets the roll. Heads up play by Moore.
Stay down low.
And that keeps Rochester from building their momentum for now. Caples thought about the three. Tries to go high off the window. And the rebound ends up in the hands of Kelly. Moore fires. Rebound Doe. Lemuel Doe, he's been everywhere in the second half. Timeout Rochester. I believe they have 2 remaining.
Doe took exception to Thompson trying to steal that ball before the timeout, but Thompson's just working hard, trying to make a play.
I can't tell you shooting percentages, but I can say Lemuel Doe has 5 triples. 4:15 left in regulation.
And most of those in the second half, right? That's the difference between the first half and the second half.
Well, three-point shooting as a whole,
yes.
Lemuel Doe, Deshaun Smith,
Yep.
and that has helped Rochester withstand a 13-point deficit in the third quarter, and they have held the upper hand for most of the fourth. A chance for the winner to get their first win this year, and when you're 0-2, and in the case of Rochester, you've been dominated somewhat in your games. 13-point loss to the Broncos, 27-point loss to Cedar Valley. They're hungry.
Yeah, they're showing it today. Lakers are fired up too. I think this will be a contested 4 minutes.
Thompson screened hard. Contact everywhere.
What are we going to call?
They're going to call an offensive foul on Caples.
Yeah, Kelly was run over and then walked over. You don't like it getting escalated like that. Here we go. We're going to have a timeout here.
I think we're going to have a substitution. Caples going out, and he's walking by the Lakers bench, doesn't say anything. Latrell Love tries to
console him.
Yes.
in no way that's what he was trying to do.
Probably not. But the Lakers with a chance to tie or take the lead. Entry pass, Rogers is fouled. Now the question is, will he shoot 2 here? I see 4 fouls up on the board, and it looks like that will be the case. And then the reason I ask that is in the pros, offensive fouls don't count in the team total, but that can change somewhat.
Good job, Abe. Abe's keeping an eye on the camera. We had a person standing right in front of the scoreboard camera.
And now we have a little more confusion.
give credit to the Rochester coaches for pulling cables out after that play. That was an out-of-control play. You've got a 2-point lead. Take the guy out, talk to him, let him calm down. Then you can put him back in if you decide you need him.
You don't want to risk anything in a game as close as this. Rogers gets the front end to fall. Just one field goal in the first half. Everything else has come from the charity strike. And Rogers ties it up. Lakers 22 of 30 from the line. And Lee Moore fouls Deontay Moore from behind.
Why did he do that? It's like he slapped him or something. Or slapped his own. He slapped him? Oh, I don't even know. That was crazy.
That was a silly foul on the part of Lee Moore. Now they only have one more to give.
Right. Once they, crazy. I've never seen that before.
The more games you do, no matter the sport, the more crazy things you'll see. As I learned last night in that 4-hour Reds-Twins game, Deontay Moore can't get the bank shot to fall that time.
Dawson, the starter, back in the game.
And Rogers has quietly patted his way up to 27. Dawson, that three is short. Not sure if that's the play I would have run.
Rogers did a good job contesting for that rebound.
A lot of time left on the shot clock, though. Might have waited to take a better quality shot there. Wycombe hooks up with Moore in the shovel pass. No good. Thompson with the board. He's determined to get to the rim, and he floats it in.
And flexes afterwards.
Thompson was motoring, and there was one place he was going to go. Nobody was going to stop him.
No, it was either foul or score.
Gets a deflection. It stays Rochester ball. 12 to shoot. Doe.
Wow. Doe takes it hard to the hoop. No fear of contact.
Doe's. This is personal for Doe now.
You could probably throw Doe off by not fouling.
Yes, he thrives on contact.
He is going for the contact.
He's looking for a reason to get mad.
Thompson giving a little explanation of what happened, even though he clearly knows.
Last foul to give for the Lakers, so we'll have free throws the rest of the way. And Doe unofficially, that puts him at 30.
Tied game.
89 all. Winner will get out of the winless column. Rochester Rogers with a defender in his face.
Backs the guy in and then moves out to get the bucket.
Lee Moore not happy with the call, but there was contact, so Deontay Moore will shoot two.
Getting rewarded for his hard work and just constant aggressiveness.
Haven't updated it on the board, but that should be the fifth foul. There it goes.
There it is.
And free throws coming for Deontay Moore. Rochester is a team 21 of 27.
Oh,
he splits. So Minnesota hangs on to the lead, but they can't sit on the rock just yet. This is the game that Rochester was looking for. Thompson, this would be big, and he was fouled. And they're going to give him 3. I was going to say, this is likely the game Rochester was looking for, keeping their opponent under the 100 mark. But Thompson with 3 free throws coming up.
Tough foul on Wickham, too. Really was just chasing the guy on defense and wasn't really going to stop the shot.
Kevin Thompson out of Northeast Community College. If he makes this, it becomes a 2-possession game.
Thompson couldn't be happier.
Lakers shooting just over 75% from the the free throw line.
Nice find.
Entry pass. And Deshaun Smith with the finish. Again, this game far from over, 94-92 with 1:30 to play. Moore almost lost his balance.
Almost too fast for himself. Rock called for the ball.
And Rogers walks into a double team. Rochester gets the strip and the timeout call, so 1:13 to go. Although in a 2-point game, that's still an eternity. They incorrectly charged that to Minnesota. And the officials are checking with the scores table to see how many timeouts are left for both teams. I will say it's probably tough for the scores table because the scoreboard is above them.
Right. Well, hopefully they got a digital readout in front of them. But yeah, it's definitely not easy. Usually, if I've done score, I always tell the refs how many timeouts are available after each timeout, just so they know, so they don't have to ask me. But I'm always trying to think of them too, because the refs do not have an easy job. So they were still asking about that, but it's clearly Rochester ball.
It is Rochester ball. I believe they should have 1 timeout left. I see 2.
Interesting.
So both have 2, apparently.
Oh. Now the ref signaled 1.
Semi-pro basketball. Sometimes even we don't know what's going on. But I do know this. Rochester can tie or take the lead after getting the stop on Rogers. Moore.
So quick.
Rebound, won by Thompson. Rogers is fouled from behind by Doe. And once more, you're pretty much foul Rogers to deny a fast break bucket.
That was a great play defensively. Doe likes contact. He really didn't even dish out as much as he's probably used to taking to collect the foul and make sure there was no chance at that bucket, make you earn it.
And that's what Rochester Rogers will attempt to do. He has 29 points. Just 10 in the second half. But he has hit some big free throws late. Needs this to make it a 2-possession game.
I think that's the first time I've seen a reaction out of Rock after he makes that one. He's excited to take that lead to another point up.
In contrast to Latrell Love, who has an expression for every situation. Moore. Both teams out of fouls to give.
Oh.
You know Doe's going to look for the 3-pointer. There it is, but it's short.
Good board by Dawson, who was fouled.
Foul came late. Rochester fouling to extend the game. 41.3 on the clock.
One of those rare situations where the defense is saying, yes, please call the foul. Because Dawson had gotten rid of the ball by the time that whistle blew. And Thompson had no one on him. He could have ran down the court and killed some more time.
Dominic Dawson missing the front end. Rochester Rogers gives him a stare.
Which is funny because he was just spending his time talking to a fan on the sideline. Get your head in the game.
Well, no matter what, even if Dawson makes the second one, and he doesn't, so the Roadrunners with a chance.
What are they going to do? Twos or threes? Going for twos?
You need to make up for it one way or the other. They tried to go backdoor, but Ridley had a bunch of players around him. Lakers, they're just going to hang on to it.
The coolness of Rogers there. He's telling Dawson, I could have tried to throw it to you. Didn't want to risk a turnover. Let's get the foul. Let's finish this game. Just that coolness. It's pretty amazing.
And Dawson can get the Lakers one step closer if he can make these free throws. Well, they say free throws aren't as exciting as layups and three-pointers, but for the most part, Rochester Rogers, when his time has come, he's answered the call.
And if you watch the NCAA tournament, you know they matter.
Any sport, really, any level.
This last year at the NCAA, it was devastating how some teams could not make those shots.
It's no matter the level, free throws so critical. So you never know when it can make the difference between a win or a loss.
Ice cold. Rogers drains that second one.
He's up to 33, and now the Lakers.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I see what they're doing.
Yes.
They're fouling to keep Rochester from getting a three-pointer off because they know folks like Doe will want to shoot threes.
Yep.
So if you foul,
You force them to shoot two.
right, unless they get an offensive rebound. Now that is the risk here. So the Lakers have to be sure to box out no matter what happens. Because if Doe decides to intentionally miss the second one, we do have a pair of 30-point scores, though. Rochester Rogers for the Lakers, Lemuel Doe for the Roadrunners. And we've got a kid going across the baseline there. So Doe does get the miss, but
Thompson
Minnesota
kicks
with the
it down.
rebound. That'll do it. Minnesota's going to hang on.
They get to 100 on a dunk to finish the game. Timeout, Rochester.
10.6, though. Academic at this point. Dominique Dawson with the exclamation point. And the Minnesota Lakers, they gave up a 13-point lead, but they're going to hang on and pick up win number one.
Again, in a way, a little low-key, classy play by Rogers. Gets the ball down low, decides not to shoot it, gives it to Dawson to dunk it. Here you go, teammate. I just love to see that kind of play. He didn't have to do that. They could have let the clock run out.
And we've got a little, we've got a little throwback session on the DJ.
Well, it does say
Dave is enjoying it.
It does say DJ Shawnee Mac from way back. So
fitting choice.
You can't be surprised when you hear good times.
Fitting choice because it is good times for the Lakers. Although I don't know about the temporary layoffs part.
I guess we're 10 seconds away from good times. 10 basketball seconds.
So the Lakers will go to 1-2. Rochester will fall to 0-3. As we said, this is a league where games have a lot of yo-yos back and forth. It's all about withstanding those runs.
Thompson shows some swag there as he knocks the ball loose.
Final seconds tick away. And the Lakers will run out the clock. 100-93 the final. And Kevin Thompson chats with a fan before time expires. That's something you don't see often. It's certainly more cordial than Russell Westbrook last night with the Utah fans.
Actually, it was very similar. I also saw Westbrook swipe at a fan. It just wasn't for a high five.
Nevertheless, the Lakers get their first win of the year thanks to 33 points from Rochester Roadrunners.
But look at this beautiful companionship, play, friendship going on here. High fives, despite the battle. Now that it's over, we've got some congratulatory messages both sides. Well played game.
Minnesota led by as much as 13. They hang on for a 193 win. Rogers with 33 points, Kevin Thompson with 13, Latrell Love with 13. Those are your notables. Unofficially for Rochester, Lemuel Doe with 32, Deontay Moore with 19 off the bench, Pharrell Williams and Deshaun Smith with 11. Williams had that head injury, had to leave. Who knows what would have happened had he stayed, but if you're Minnesota, feels good to get that first win, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm wondering who you're going to get to talk to, Mike, after this game. Do we have some interviews lined up?
Well, I guess since you brought it up, we'll see if we can get a quick chat with Rochester Roadrunners.
Right by you. That's the good thing about a small gym.
This is Midwest Basketball League action. Minnesota beats Rochester 100-93. I'm here with Rochester Rogers. He goes by Rock, and you were solid as a rock tonight for the Lakers. You went up by 13. Rochester, the other Rochester team, kept coming at you. Took the lead for a while in the fourth. How did you weather through it?
The thing is that we just got to execute. We got lackadaisical on the court, and we let them come back. They hit a couple threes. Momentum. Basketball is a game of runs, and they make their run, so we had to counteract that run.
And speaking of threes, Lemuel Doe hit 5 of them, and then Deshaun Smith hit a couple. Rochester did not make it easy for you.
Oh, no, not at all. That's a good team over there. Despite their record, they're one of the best teams, I feel like, in the league. They got a lot of talent. We just got to continue to work, keep grinding. We'll be better, though. I think that they're good, but we're a little bit better right now.
How relieving is it to get your first win of the year?
It feels great. I missed the game this year. It just feels good. Finally get that monkey off our back now. Let's keep it going, get the streak going.
Now, a lot of these folks take part because they want to enjoy the sport, come back. They're not ready to part with it. So what brought you to the Lakers, and what keeps you going in the sport of basketball?
Honestly, what keeps me going is I just want to stay in shape. It's something to run up and down the court, without running outside and running on the treadmill. I just like to teach, and I'm able to teach the young guys who's on the team. So it's a beautiful thing for me, I just like it. I just love basketball, and I'm going to do it until they tear the jersey off me.
And speaking of your younger guys, Latrell Love, he came up big off the bench. He had 13. And who was the other guy? Thompson made some big plays late. So you had 33, but what would you make of the performance from your companions here?
Oh, my guys going to work. They know, we work hard in practice. We work hard on our off days, too. I see guys all the time in the gym. We're in the gym faithfully. I'm in the gym at 5 a.m. I'll see Kev in the gym at 6 a.m. Latrell Love in the gym at 7 a.m. So we're working hard just to continue to get better. For me, this is it. I've done my basketball, but I love to play, so I'm going to continue to play. And for those guys, they're trying to get some money out of this. And it's great to see them working hard to get that goal.
Well, they took a big step today. We'll see what happens later in the season. We're going to be, we won't see you for a few weeks because you're not back here until May 19th and 20th. But at least you've got that first win.
Yes, it's a great time. We got to win, go celebrate, But now it's on to the next game. We celebrate for a couple days, get ready for the next game.
You want to say hi to anybody?
Hi to my kids, Kawhi, Rocky. I love y'all. That's about it.
So whether you call him Rocky, or Rochester, this guy came up big today for the Lakers, and we hope a few more performances like that will be coming your way as the season moves along.
Oh, yes, most definitely. I'm going to continue to work hard. points to come. It's easy to score. I just want to get everybody else involved as well.
That was Rochester Roadrunners of the Lakers. That wraps up coverage of our home opener. We'll be back here May 19th and 20th for the weekend back-to-back. Until then, for Don Ackerman and our entire crew, I'm Mike Peden. Thank you for watching.